Good afternoon, students. My name is Lindokuhle Mkhuma, your lecturer for INC4804. Welcome to this presentation again. I hope you will benefit from what we offer in this module and start making a difference in your society. You will realize also, as members of diverse societies, that we are still struggling, all of us, with the issues of diversity, whether it is color, whether it is language, whether it is ability. So hence it is so important that we get knowledge and expertise in terms of how to deal with issues of race. As I welcome you into this presentation, I just want to refer to Albert Einstein, where I quote, "Wisdom is not a product of schooling, but of the lifelong attempt to acquire it." That is what we are trying to do. It will not benefit our society if we get degrees, diplomas, postgraduate diplomas, if we don't get acquainted with issues of wisdom in our study. So our focus is not for us to get degrees or qualifications, but we are always running around trying to acquire wisdom. Today's presentation will address few issues, and I want it to be as short as possible. I've realized how boring it is to listen to a long presentation, and some students have warned me that it's so discouraging to listen to a 1-hour presentation, so I won't do that today. I will just focus on trying to brief you in terms of what continuous assessment module, reading for assignment 1 and 2, some brief discussion about assignment 1 and assignment 2, and finally the due dates. As this last module was a portfolio, now that means that at the end of the year, students had to submit a portfolio of evidence. So there was a formal summative assessment. This year, the module has been converted to continuous assessment, which means there is no summative examination or summative submission that we have to do at the end of the year. There is no portfolio at the end of the year. We have 4 assignments which are all compulsory. Each assignment carries the weight of 25% towards the final 100% for the module. There is assignment 5, which is a choice. Now, it's only for the students who will get less than 50% in assignment 2, assignment 3, or assignment 4. For someone who has received 51% in assignment 2, there is no reason to repeat that. So, but for someone who has received 49% in either assignment 2 or assignment 3 or assignment 4, that person can indicate that he or she wants to write assignment 5 in order to replace the assignment where she or he got 49. That is acceptable. For compulsory assignment 1, assignment 2, assignment 3, and assignment 4. Each assignment has got a weight of 25%. Now, if your performance is bad in either of the assignments between assignment 2, assignment 3, or 4, you can replace that assignment by doing assignment 5. But assignment 1 cannot be replaced, unfortunately. Now, when you read for this module, it's important that your starting point is tutorial letter 101. This is where you get the direction of what to do. Always read it carefully instead of hearing what others say. Read for yourself, analyze what the tutorial letter directs you to do, and do it. There is a study guide that you also have to read, but please note that a lot of recent information must be downloaded from e-reserves. I encourage, and I'm pleading with you, to download instead of sharing. You know, if you visit whether it's Facebook sites, WhatsApp sites for students, we are known as having a culture of sharing. Sharing not because we are caring, but sharing because we are having people who always want to be perpetually helpless. People who do not have the courage to log in on My UNISA and download what they have to download. People who don't have the courage to speak to the librarian and say, I'm struggling with downloading because I don't know how to do it. Can you please assist? People who don't approach their lecturers to say, I'm struggling because I don't know how to do this thing. There is information, a guide in the tutorial letter, but I'm still struggling. The lecturer can organize a legal training for you. I can do it. So the issue of training does not make you grow. I'm not saying don't do it, but it's up to you. But if you progress to masters, who will be sharing your articles, because I will not share any article with you. I will guide you. I will still tell you where to get articles. You should also consult your recommended books. The list is there in the tutorial letter 101. I encourage you strongly that beside the prescribed e-reserve reading, the recommended books, as a postgraduate student, please learn to search and organize your own reading library for articles that are useful to your study. Now, if we look into assignment 1, which is a multiple choice question. Now, again, I will stress this, that assignment 1 is a compulsory assignment. Remember when you were doing other qualifications, it was said that do assignment 1, you will get admission to exam. This is not the case here. Assignment 1 is a compulsory assignment like all other assignments. Each assignment that you do must be treated like an exam in itself. I have spoken to other students on WhatsApp that please don't risk to fail this module. One of the results is that you'll be overwhelmed by new content altogether. The only thing that will not change in 2022 are the outcomes and the assessment criteria, but the whole content will be changed. Those who were in this module last year can attest to this. We were talking about something else using the same outcomes and assessment criteria, and all that has changed in 2021. In 2022, it will be a different thing altogether. Why? Because we want to address as much areas of diversity in our school, in our schools as possible. So note again that while there is a recent email from the university about the extension, but it doesn't affect you in this module because your date is 29 May. When you read for assignment 1, fellow students, please take note of this resource by Booth and Ensker, the index for inclusion. I have used it when I was developing this question. I'm not saying stick to it, but I'm saying please do not avoid. It looks like a book. Do not avoid reading it, because I had to use it because the type of inclusive education that we are promoting is not special education, but we are promoting inclusive education that is based on the ideas that you will find in the Index for Inclusion. I read this paper by Florian. They also advocate for the different things that can be interpreted as inclusive education and other pertinent issues. So just read all the articles. Apart from these 2 articles, I want you to use Education White Paper 6 as the official inclusive education policy in South Africa. This is the main main document in all the 5 modules that you are currently doing in the program. So read that document, familiarize yourself with it. What we are doing today or in this module is based or is guided by Education White Paper 6. There is an error that I noticed in Tutorial Letter 101. When you do assignment 1, in Tutorial Letter 101, there are 51 questions. Please ignore question number 51. Ignore question number 51. Now, when you read for assignment 2, what to consider? Your first stop, look at the assessment criteria. You'll notice that the tutorial letter this year is organized in this way. In each assignment, I tell you the assessment criteria that I've selected for that assignment. So for assignment 2, we explain different factors which may affect learning. Explore barriers to learning and development in order to devise inclusive learning programs. Investigate alternative ways of providing support, especially indigenous African support system. And read all the articles that are prescribed. Not a choice, I have prescribed articles on page 32 of your tutorial letter. The core of this assignment, that is assignment 2, we are looking at the issue of bullying as a form of diversity in our schools. This is a global phenomenon. Bullying in schools across the globe is an issue, and schools struggle to deal with it, communities struggle to deal with it. Now, in assignment 2, that is all that you have to do. We're focusing on bullying as a form of diversity in school. There are theories that you have to read about, and those theories include Bronfenbrenner's ecological model, social and emotional learning, Ubuntu. I want you to read carefully just to connect each of these theories with bullying. How can bullying be described and explained when one uses Bronfenbrenner's theory? How can bullying be described and explained if one uses Ubuntu, especially within an inclusive education setting? It's your responsibility to always think about the essence of these theories when one wants to respond to the issues such as bullying and other diverse aspects of our society. Your reading, when you read the articles, your reading should always be about trying to find answers once you have identified the problem. So in assignment 2, the problem at hand is bullying. So we are reading the articles and connecting them so that we can better handle the issue of bullying as an aspect of diversity. So in this assignment, the issue or the problem is bullying. And we also looking at bullying in terms of how does it affect inclusion in our school, and also looking at the different theories that might assist us as teachers and the society in understanding bullying better, and also finding strategies to deal with bullying. I have highlighted the article by Leslie Grange, which talks about Ubuntu, Ukama, and the healing of nature, self, and society. Please read them carefully. There are technical requirements when you write, right? Technical requirements. Whenever you write as a postgraduate student, we expect you to have a table of content. Type your work. I know that may be difficult for others, but please be creative. type your work, use Arial 12 1.5, always justify your work. When you submit your work, especially these assignments that are written, it's so embarrassing to see your work dancing. It's only professional. There are no marks for that, but we are just making you familiar with doing the right thing. In-text referencing must be used in your assignment. Remember, we also developing you in terms of using academic writing when you write your assignment. You can use any referencing style, because this in this module is just development. We are preparing you for the next level. So you can use any, but the key thing is that if you use APA, you should use it consistently from the start until the beginning, and from the start until the end. So I don't want you to mix. That one is unprofessional. Another thing, proofread. Always proofread. Read before you submit. Others just look at the topic or the question in the assignment and start writing. Colleagues, it's very important that you analyze the question. Make sure that you understand it clearly. If you are not sure, you can find me on WhatsApp and ask me. You can send me an email and ask me if you are not sure about the question. Remember, I said treat every assignment as your final exam. You can ask me, I will assist you. Now, when you write, always select the words you use carefully. Do not just write. Your work should differ from that of an undergrad. Your work should differ from a person who is still doing grade 12 or other grades in high school. Yours should be at a postgrad level. We expect you to use the technical jargons. There are words that we use. Remember, good people, we are doing a module on inclusive education, not on special education. That's not where we are. So somewhere I will finalize your registration with the Turnitin team. Then I think before you submit this assignment, you will be registered, you will be all enrolled with the Turnitin office, and then you'll subject your work. It's not punishment, it's part of learning. Then when you write, you have to be ethical, write what is yours and reduce copy and paste, or don't do it at all. It assists you. It's a developmental tool. The Turnitin is not a punitive tool. It's about highlighting those sections whether you have not referenced well, sections that you have maybe copied and pasted, things like it directs your attention to issues that can be treated as or perceived as unethical. In conclusion, I want you to thank you for taking time to listen to this short presentation. And remember, those who have just registered and are willing, this is not compulsory, and are willing to join my WhatsApp group, please send me your name, surname, and student number. Don't send me MK Mkhuma. You are not MK. You are Kabonina Mkhuma. So just send me your name and your student number. Student number is very important because I verify before entering your name. I verify if you are indeed registered for the module to eliminate unnecessary chaos. Always check my UNISA notices. That will help you. My UNISA notices, it's just like the staff room, most of you are teachers. My UNISA is a platform where official university announcements are made. So every day you go there, you check if there is anything related to the students. So if there is none, there will always be something that you can read. Remember that you are registered. UNISA is your home now. So get used to how things are done. I wish you all the best. Goodbye.